Good day, everybody. And today we are going to talk about using the point-slope form of the linear equation. First of all, let's see what the point-slope form is. The point-slope form is y minus y1, so we want one of our points, equals, we need to know our slope m, times x minus x1. So when we use the point-slope form, we need to know at least one point, and we need to know the slope, okay? So let's use the point-slope form, and let's go ahead and begin our lesson. So we are going to write an equation in the point-slope form of a point for -3 that has a slope of 2. So here we go. We know that this is x1, y1. So let's begin our writing. Y minus, and in this case our y1 is -3, equals 2 times x minus 4. So what we've done is we've taken our 4 here and we've replaced our x here. We've taken our y here and we've put it into our equation here. Now we have a problem. We don't write problems like this, so we need to simplify this. A negative and a negative gives us a positive, so we end up with y plus 3 equals 2 times x minus 4. Now, you want to stop and you want to leave this equation just like this unless you are told to do so. In this particular case, we want to leave our equation in the point-slope form. Now, if your directions say, or your teacher says, that you need to use the point-slope form to write an equation in the slope-intercept form, we can do that as well. We can actually take this equation and we can rewrite it solving for y. So let's do this. Now we're going to write this in the slope-intercept form. So leave it here if your directions say write a point-slope form equation. So leave it here. Now we're going to go and we're going to use this equation to write it in the slope-intercept form. So y plus 3 equals 2 times x minus 4. Well, we're going to use the distributive property. We're going to go 2 times x, which is going to give us 2x, and then 2 times -4, which gives us -8. Then we need to bring our constants together. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. And so we get y equals 2x minus 11. And this is the slope-intercept form. Now, depending on what your instructions tell you, you either stay here or you come here, depending on what you want. Okay, let's do another one. In this equation, we just want our equation to be in the point-slope form. Okay, so here we go. We have -3, -3, comma, -9, so there's our point, and it has a slope of 2/3. So we're going to go ahead and write it in the point-slope form. So y minus -9 equals 2/3 times x minus -3. And now we need to simplify this. Y plus 9 equals 2/3 x plus 3. And that is the point-slope form. Now, let's do one more. Let's look at the point 0, 2, and we have a slope of 2/5. Again, let's go ahead and write our y minus, well, our y1 is 2 equals 2/5 of x minus 0. Well, we don't want to leave this with the minus 0, so we're going to do the distributive property. So we get y minus 2 equals 2/5 x, and we leave it as that. Okay? Now, let's go on. Let's use this for some other things. So let's use the point slope form, and we want to graph an equation in the point slope form. So we're going to graph y plus 2 equals 2/3 times x minus 3. Well, there's two ways you can do this. The one way that we can do this is go ahead and move this equation into the slope-intercept form. And you're welcome to do that if you'd like, but that lends you into problems that you can make a mistake converting to the slope-intercept form. Here is a really easy way to do it. First of all, we know the slope, so we know our slope is 2/3. We also know one of our points. So let's look. Isn't this x1 and this is y1? So we know our x is 3. Now we have a problem with our y1 because of this positive. We know that our y1 has to be negative because the original equation is y minus y1. So we know that this 2 has to be negative because the sign has been changed to positive. So we can now graph this equation just using these two pieces of information. And this is just like the graphing with the slope-intercept form. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to find 3 and -2, and I'm going to put a point there. Now, I'm going to use my slope to find my another point. Well, my slope is positive, so when I finish graphing, I know that my graph is going to look like this. And our slope is 2/3, so it's positive. We know we're going to go up 2 and to the right 3 units from our point that we just did. So here's our new point. We're going to go up 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and there is our new point. Now, this looks positive. We can also, if we want, go down 2 and to the left 3 points so that we can get a straighter line. And so if we want to, we are graphing this equation. Okay? And that's how we do that. Let's do one more of these. Let's look at this equation here. We know our slope is equal to -1/2. We have a point of 3 and 2, and our signs are negative, so we know that the original equation hasn't been changed, so we know our point is going to be 3, 2. So let's go ahead and plot 3, 2. So I'm going to go to 3 and up 2. There's my point. And now we know that this slope is negative, so my graph line should look like this when I'm done. So this time, because my slope is -1/2, that means I'm going to go down 1 unit and to the right 2 units. So I go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. I can also go up 1 and over to the left 2 units. We still have a negative slope. So now I can connect my points and I have my equation. Okay, let's do another. This time they're giving us a line and 2 points, and they want us to write an equation for this line in the point slope form. So in the point slope form, let's remember our equation is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Do we have the slope? No, they haven't given it to us, but we can find the slope. Well, we know it's positive, So I'm going to connect 2 points. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4 units up, 1 unit over. 4 units up, 1 unit over. So we know that our slope is 4. It doesn't matter which one of the points that you choose. I'm going to choose this one, but I'm going to do both of them for you. So the point slope form for this equation is y. Well, our y is negative 4. So we know that's going to change this to positive 4. Our slope is 4. X minus our x1 is negative 1. So that means this is going to be positive. So there is your first equation. Or if you use this point, okay, we're going to use that one. We have y minus 4 equals 4 times x minus 1. So those are the two equations. Now make sure when you do this that you read the directions. Some teachers and some books will tell you you need to use the left point or the right point. So make sure that you read the directions, because if you use the right point when the book says to use the left point, you're going to have the wrong equation. Okay? Now, let's do one more problem. Let's look at what happens if I give you 2 points. Okay? I give you 2 points, and I want you to write an equation in the point slope form and the y-intercept form. So we want the point slope form and we want the slope-intercept form. Equation, okay? And we want to use the left point. We're going to use the left point for our equation. So what, if you'll notice, we don't know the slope, but we can find the slope. We can remember this equation, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is the deltas of y over the deltas of x. Okay, so x1, y1, x2, y2. So here we go, 12 minus 2 over 2 minus 7 equals 10 over negative 5. So our slope is negative 2. Okay, now we have all the information we can do to write this equation. So here we go. Y minus 2, because they told us to use the left point, equals negative 2 times x minus 7. So we've done this. Now we got to put it into the slope-intercept form. So now we're going to do the distributive property first. So here we go. Y2 minus equals negative 2 times x minus 7. Let's go ahead, y minus 2 equals negative 2x and positive 14. We're going to add 2 to both sides. And so y equals negative 2x plus 16. So we've done this. So we are ready to go. I hope you've enjoyed my video today. If you have, click like and subscribe to follow my other posts. Thank you very much and have an amazing day, guys.